Yo guitar freaks, welcome to my channel. Today we will look at this beautiful Charvel guitar from the Charvel custom shop. It is the signature guitar of the famous Aussie guitar player Jake E Lee. We will look at the guitar in detail and then we will plug it in to the amplifier back there, Friedman small box, and get some tones and see how this actually sounds. So stay tuned. This very guitar that we will be checking out today is available at ProMusicTools.com. Definitely check out the website. Currently there are two of those Blue Burst Charvels in stock, but they have all kinds of other stuff going on. Some really nice guitar candy, and it's one of the best stores that we have here in Germany. But they ship internationally, so check out ProMusicTools.com. They provided this guitar to me in order to give you guys a very nice demo and a review. And now let's get back to the guitar. Okay, so now let's deep dive into this guitar. What do we actually have here? So this is the famous Blue Burst, and it's supposed to be a replica of the guitar that Jake E Lee used during his heyday when he was playing for Ozzy Osbourne in the 80s. And he recorded The Ultimate Sin in '86, the whole album, and also he recorded one of the most famous Ozzy songs ever, Bark at the Moon. Also supposedly this guitar was involved. I mean, not this guitar, unfortunately, but a guitar that looks exactly like that and is spec'd exactly like that. So this guitar is reminiscent of that exact time when we were at the peak of the 80s and everybody was going to Charvel to have their strats modified and basically customized to their needs. Okay, now let's look at some specs. Now it gets interesting. Now we're going into the details and we are going into the nitty-gritty. So this guitar was customized and there are a couple of small features here and there that you might not notice on the first glance, but they pretty much add up and create a pretty unique guitar from my perspective. So for me, the first thing was the neck. So the neck feels different than on my Charvel SoCal, and I actually got curious, why does it feel different? It feels a bit more round, and it also feels a bit smaller, to be honest. How does it feel smaller? So I started measuring. So on the nut, we actually have on this Jake E Lee signature, we have like 3 millimeters less. So it's much easier to grab the whole neck of the guitar. Another thing that adds up to this is the fact that the edges are rolled off. So compared to Charvel SoCal, which I have, the neck is more flat in the back, right? And it feels a bit more edgy, which is also very nice, but it's a completely different feel. This feels more like you can grab this for ages because you just have more range when you grab around it, and it's more rounded in total, so it makes a different feel. The fretboard radius is also different. That also creates a different feel. So you have a 12-inch radius, and on a Charvel SoCal you have a compound radius, at least on mine, where you're going from 12 to 16, I think. 12 inches to 16. That's also a different feel. So a Gibson Les Paul has a 12-inch radius as well, and so does this Jake E Lee signature. So it doesn't really get super flat around here and super shreddy, but still it feels very shreddy. So you gotta experience it, you gotta try it. Next thing, we have medium jumbo fret wire, and we have a phenolic nut, which is also something that I never saw before, never heard before. I just know that mostly it's a bone nut or some other artificial material, but phenol is apparently some organic material as well, which I never heard. Next thing, the tuners. The tuning pegs are made by Goto and there's no locking mechanism going on, just straight up Goto tuners. Skunk stripe in the back, of course. We don't have a contoured neck plate back here, which I would have done, but apparently Jake Lee didn't want any contour going on back there. But yeah, since the neck is relatively small anyway, it didn't bother me too much, but I actually prefer a contour on the back. That's just very subjective. Okay, so now let's look at the pickups. So the pickups are also a bit different than what you would normally see, right? So the pickups are actually, the single coils are angled. So we have an HSS Strat configuration, which is quite common. But on this one, we have an angle on the middle and the neck position. So Jake E Lee says that first thing, it looks cool, right? Jimi Hendrix had the same thing going on because he played a lefty with a normal right-handed guitar. And second thing is, from a tonal perspective, you would have the higher strings to be a bit more smooth, right? Because the pickup is picking up more in the neck direction, where the string actually is vibrating a bit more smoothly, and on the lower strings you would have a bit more harshness because you're closer to the bridge. So those kind of nuances, maybe we can pick them out later when we plug the guitar in, and maybe it just looks cool. What are the pickups? So in the bridge position we have a customized Seymour Duncan JB with Alnico 2. And then we have two DiMarzio SDS1. So that's a normal 5-way configuration for an HSS Strat. So first position is just the bridge pickup, so the Seymour Duncan JB. And then second position is one coil of the JB combined with the middle pickup. Third position is just the middle pickup. Fourth position is the combination of the middle pickup and the neck pickup, and of course the fifth position is then just the neck pickup. Another very small detail that I noticed is the fact that the angle of the 5-way switch is a bit different than on a normal Strat. So it's a bit more angled, and on a normal Strat it would be a bit more in line with the neck basically. So that's a small detail. Another detail is that we only have one knob, we only have one volume knob. Very simple. Of course we have this sexy brass hardware which looks kind of golden. We have it down here on the input jack and the bridge, and then, don't know if you can pick that up, also there on the string holder up here. And of course the Charvel logo also reflects that. The last thing probably is the fact that we don't have a trem. So Jake E Lee prefers the bridge to be fixed. No trem going on, the strings are just going through. And this is apparently a custom Charvel kind of construction. Okay, I think we are through with the specs. I think now we can just plug it in, get some tones, and check it out. Okay, so now we're back and we're about to run the guitar into my trusty Friedman small box amp. And we're going through a Marshall 1960 AX with Greenback speakers. I got 3 mics placed in the room. So one is a close mic, and then we have a room mic number 1 and condenser room mic in the back. Okay, let's check some tones, go through some pickups, and let's see what this thing actually sounds like. Okay, now we checked all the pickups, and now let's get some smooth lead lines. And for that I will use, in the effects loop of the Friedman Smallbox, a bit of reverb, and also in the front of the amp I will use a boost pedal. I like the Ryra clone pedal, which is a clone pedal. So let's try that. Okay guys, now we're coming towards the end of the video, and sadly this beautiful guitar will have to go back to ProMusicTools. Hopefully it finds a lovely new home. It will be missed dearly. Somehow the neck and the different pickup configurations and the color, it really struck a nerve with me. And yeah, especially for the faster playing styles, I really fell in love with the feeling of the neck and the different tones you can get from the pickups. But anyway, yeah, it has to go back, and hopefully I see you on the next video. If you like these kinds of videos, please hit the like button or the subscribe button, or leave me a comment, and visit ProMusicTools.com. Links are in the description. And if you're interested in my original music, also check out the links. Have a lovely Christmas, and we'll see each other on the next video. Rock and roll.